Welcome to News with a View, hosted by me, John A. Costa. This is a conservative-leaning podcast. I take in facts from both sides. I try to be as fair as possible. I am a conservative. I am a Republican. I am not MAGA. I'm a constitutionalist, federalist. Believe in the Constitution. Believe in the Supreme Court. Believe in our laws. Believe in our process. It's worked pretty good so far. Yesterday, of course, I spoke about the passing of Senator Graham and who I thought would be picked. And it's a toss-up between U.S. Representative Fry and U.S. Representative Ralph Norman. But Henry McMaster, the governor of South Carolina, has placed Doreen Graham Norden, that is Lindsey Graham's sister, as the interim senator. That was a recommendation also made by President Trump. This happens a lot. They let wives or sisters or whatever fill out the next less than 5 months of the seat left. Then have an election. It's a safe bet, and I say that if anything should come up in the Senate, yeah. Senator Norden will vote, of course, the party line. And keeping both U.S. representatives who are staunchly pro administration. I'm not going to say pro-Trump, but pro-administration would be Fry and Ralph Norman. So it is a real safe bet that one of these two individuals will might take the seat. The problem with that, unless they have someone very strong behind them to take their seats, meaning the congressional seats, then, it's just a change of people. Seats stay the same, they stay Republican, and there's no real change. But if those seats were to be lost, one of them, both of them, all of them, then that's bad for the Republicans. Could that happen? Listen, anything's possible. I don't think so. I don't think that is a reality that we have to worry about. Graham was going to win. It might make it a little bit more of a fight, but it's I think that Ralph Norman has a much more of a chance of name recognition. So, who knows how they decide to play this? I don't know how they're going to play this. But I would have made the safe bet and put one of those two in office and then fill their seat and then find a backer. But again, Fry took the seat away from Tim Rice because Tim Rice went against Trump. And Tim Rice was a staple. I mean, you just put his name up and people go, Tim Rice, vote for him. And he voted to impeach President Trump in his first, and that was it for him. There's no love lost from the voters There was no love for him, just loss from the voters, and Representative Fry took the seat. Having coffee this morning again, certainly cut down my amount of coffee I've been drinking. Thank everyone for coming in. I know I've been late on these shows and stuff, and as I stated, it's one was weather. Last week we had all those big storms come through, and I didn't want to try to do this show, on battery backup or generator, and because my internet was down. So it just, there was news, but not that type of news that I'm going to, push up to the satellite or something. Just not going to do it. Again, I'm going to keep this show short today. But we've only been talking, less than 7 minutes about what is happening. And there's still, even though, we know who we would like to have sit there. You have your Nancy Mace, and you have your Pam Everett, and you have your Mark Lynch again, who all ran for the governor. They were blown out of the water. I thought Pam Everett would have won. Would Pam Everett had done what she said she was going to do in announcing who her running mate was going to be for lieutenant governor? I think that would have been much, much better for her. It's just the way it goes. That's the way politics goes, and she got a lot of negative heat from local conservative talk hosts, the radio talk show hosts in the Myrtle Beach area, because she would not say who her running mate was going to be, and people wanted to know. That was important. That was important. There'll be a lot of talk about, conspiracy theories now about the death of Lindsey Graham, and it happened so suddenly, and, he was only 71, and, death doesn't ask you. Death tells you. So, don't know what the story is, other than, what's being released, a day later, and waiting for, a month for reports. Neither here nor there, the poor guy's gone. And we shall see. In the Democratic news, of course, the Plattner fallout is still radioactive. There is a lot of infighting in the Democratic Party right now on how they've been handling the progressives. And I think, and I've said this before on my show, that the progressives have taken over the sane part of the DNC and radicalized it, and some of the stuff that they're pushing for, they're ridiculous. I am against billionaire taxes. I'm for equal taxes. I'm all for that. But if there are You people call them loopholes, in our tax code, for the rich. Well, they got passed. They got passed. Why didn't they change them when Clinton was there? Why didn't they change them when Obama was there? Why didn't they change them when Biden was there? Why didn't they take them all out of there? Why is it now a big deal? Oh, because Trump's in office. The American voter is getting a little bit more savvy, and looking at this and going, well, I might not be able to get some of those deals, but I can get, I can't get all of them, but I can get some of them. The billionaire tax is ridiculous. And what's going on in California is just proving that. What's going on in Seattle is just proving it. New York, they're just leaving those states. They're just getting out. And you have California going, we're gonna make a law that we can reach back and get you. So that just means you're accelerating their exit that much quicker. It doesn't make sense. You don't want to punish those people that are creating jobs and are making money and stuff. You want to reward them. As long as you're employing people in my state and giving them good paying jobs, I want you to make money. I want you to be very happy here. I want you to think there is nowhere else in the world I'd rather have my corporation but right here. And the Democrats we don't care about your business. We don't care about whether you like it here or not. We do care about your money, and we'd love for you to make more money so we could take all of it and then tax you on the people that you're employing to boot, and then extra tax you on the rent and real estate. So in that sense, we'd love for you to make money so we could take it all. And these are business people. They're looking at it and go, yeah, we could do this for a year, but next year they're going to ask for double, or triple, or, it's not worth it. Yeah, we spent a lot of money on this property here. Yeah, we'll absorb it, but we're out of here. Turn them into a homeless shelter. There you go. And you're seeing this across the nation in blue states, blue cities. Punish the people that made those cities great, right? And it's the truth. It's the truth. You could sit there. Well, these people need help. Yeah, they need help. But you cannot just tax and tax and tax businesses. They will leave. You need those businesses to keep those jobs there. You need those businesses to harness the community, to put roots down that stay. You need those communities where doctors move into, and dentists, and professionals, and lawyers, and then other businesses that come in. That's what you want to do. You want to make it the climate, not an open city, but where businesses know that I got a shot here. And I'm not going to be hoodwinked after I become successful and established to go, now I have to move. You're going to have companies going, I have another company that I want to start. I can't have it over here because they're killing me over there. I just going to have to move it to a more friendly state like Tennessee or Texas or Florida or South Carolina or Georgia. And you don't understand. You just, the Democrats, they understand they don't care. That's the difference. I take that back. They don't care. They rally up their people going, see, it's them. It's them. It's not you people who decided not to go to school, or you people who decided that selling drugs in your neighborhood was a great thing. And it's not you people that have gang activities that are killing your own people. It's not the fact that we've let in all these illegals who have taken whatever little jobs you guys were doing and doing it for less. Oh, that's not on you. Come on. We know what is being done in our cities. We know what Soros wanted. We know that you have people that absolutely hate the American system that are sitting in Washington today and sitting in lobbyist groups and sitting in political offices. You have it. You have these people that totally hate the American system. And they just don't want to change it. They want to destroy it. And what they try to do is through subversion. We'll have all these people go into stores and rob them. And then we'll tell the police you can't do anything about it. And we'll put these stores out of business. And the land will go vacant. We'll have to knock it down. But then we'll build low-income housing there. No idea about putting jobs there. Oh, you're going to lose your house. You have a mortgage on it. Well, all right. We'll put 2 families in that house. The state will take over. Can't pay the property tax. The state takes it over. And you don't think that that's happening? Why do you think that the people are screaming that we don't want companies coming in here like BlackRock and buying homes? Because they were competing with the state and local in taking over these properties. And then you have whole areas of malls going out of business. What do you think they're going to be turned into? Section 8 housing that they get for free because they didn't pay the taxes or fell behind, or go to the bank and go, we'll give you 10 cents on the dollar. 2 cents on the dollar. Or we just take the property because unless you give us the $2 million or $5 million in back taxes, and we'll make it so hard that you can't sell that property. What do you think's going to happen? You don't think this is a plan? It is a plan, folks. It is a plan. Haven't heard much of going on in Los Angeles elections. That's going to be a real crap show. But I think that people now are taking on the Democrats and really taking them to task to find out what are these people that you're pushing in here that they're not Democrats, they're progressives. Oh no, that's all under one big tent. Mr. President, I told you, you do this. I know you want to speak about. I know what you want me to speak about, and we're going to get to that in another show. Thank you. The Democrat right now are in such disarray. They don't know what to do. The leadership is not there. It's not a consistent leadership. And I'm not saying that, Schumer knows what needs to be done. Jeffries has no idea. He's an idiot. Schumer knows what needs to be done, but he can't. He can't. And that's what makes it bad leadership. The DNC is, I don't know. They were just so inconsistent that they've lost a lot of credibility, very, very much credibility in the DNC. The amount of money that they pumped into a loser that everyone warned the Democrats about with Plattner. That this guy is bad news. Go ahead, run with this guy. And they when the scandal first coming out, they had their mouthpieces out there. They weren't even people from Maine. They brought people in to sit in front of cameras and go, "We don't care about those allegations. We demand change, and he can do it. He's going to fight Trump." We don't care about this other stuff going on. Well, what about his Nazi comments and tattoo? That has nothing to do with it. What about the allegations of him really being physically abusive against women? Oh, well, those are allegations. We don't count them. Well, why did you have that with other people that they counted? Oh, because it was them. So, their credibility just went down the tubes. And Susan Collins has not helped herself in the whole political arena. She tried to play both sides. I vote this way, and I talk this way, and I talk this way, and then I vote that way, and trying to make everyone happy, and you just don't make anyone happy. And, she should have just came out and said, "Hey, this is the administration where, it makes sense. You might not like what you're hearing, but it makes sense. And, let me explain we're trying to do here." Because what the other team is trying to do is just say, "Fat Trump, orange Trump, baby Trump, look at his hair." Convicted. That's it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, his hair is funny. Yeah, he tans and he looks orange. Yeah, okay, that's all right. Okay, he might be a little overweight. Yeah, okay, what's your plan? He has a plan. What's your plan? Well, first we have to get him out of office. Well, that's not a plan. Because you're not going to impeach him. That's not going to work. And he's there for another, well, back then, 4 years. Now it's 2 years. You're not moving him anywhere. What's your plan? What's your plan for November? And you hear crickets. They have no plans. No plans. No plans. Mondani. We solved the budget problem. Well, how'd you solve the budget problem? Well, New York State's going to give us all the money. Well, where's New York State getting that money from? Oh, I guess we got to tax people. We'll tax the businesses. Well, businesses are leaving. We'll tax the rich people. The rich people are leaving. Where are you getting this money from? Oh. You know where you're going to get the money from? You're going to lay off public workers. You're going to raise motor vehicle fees. You're going to punish people who have to drive into their jobs. You're going to raise the gasoline taxes. You're going to raise local tolls. You're going to punish people. That's what you're going to do. And when those people go to their companies and go, hey, I'm getting hit $25 extra a week to drive in here, I need a raise. And the companies go, well, we're getting hit for X amount of dollars for hiring you. Mm-hmm. What do these companies do? They go, well, I got to lay off people too. And the spiral of death starts. And AOC in Queens. No, we don't want Amazon. Amazon bad. I don't care that they're going to spend $3 billion here. That's going to dislodge people that live on the street. No homes were being destroyed. He was building in Long Island City, which had infrastructure already there that just needed minor improvement. They had subway stops. They had roads. Where Amazon would have helped with that, would have worked with the city, hired people. And she said, she fought, no, we don't want you here. And Amazon finally goes, well, you know what? We're going to move somewhere else. We don't want to be where we're not wanted. Governor Cuomo went nuts. That could have revitalized not only Long Island City, but part of the Bronx and part of Manhattan. But no. She did. No. And she's proud of that. I stopped a billionaire. The Democrats, and she's not a Democrat. She's part of the progressives. She's a socialist, bordering on communism, like Bernie Sanders. At least Bernie Sanders doesn't hide it. Elizabeth Warren hides it. Pelosi, she's just a crook, liar. Gavin Newsom, crook and liar. And when I say crook, I say that when the people of California couldn't go out to parties and be with families. And there was laws to stop it. He was doing it. He was violating his own laws. Makes him a crook. Pelosi, all businesses had to shut down, but I need my hair done and open up your parlor for me. I didn't have a mask on either, she said. But that was okay. That makes her a crook. These people, and they flaunt it. She flaunts it. Now she's done and she's over with, but this was the people that were running Biden. You see Democrats trying to come out now. You have Harris again, talking about running for president. And, Mayor Pete Buttigieg. You never heard from him when he was Secretary of Transportation or the railroad, whatever he was in, you never heard of it. Never heard from him. Who do the Democrats have that are not going to be under investigation? For fraud. You just don't. They don't. Shapiro. I mean, but he's on. He has some stuff that he has admitted to that happened with him. That can come back and hurt him. Newsom, again, Beta O'Rourke, Pritzker, no, sorry fellas, you're gonna have to really dig. And you'll have, believe me, Stacey Abrams will reappear. Right now they're telling all these people that cause so much trouble, just stay down under the radar, because if you pop your head up, they're going to get you. Just stay forgotten for a while. So, the Democrats are in a shambles, and deservedly so. All right, Iran, more fighting, more taking out whatever facilities they have left. Death threats, where I would expect death threats against Trump from Iran. I mean, we wiped out people. Yeah. It could very well be a score to settle. We haven't seen the end of this yet. You're going to see more and more strikes on Iran, and more of their leadership taken out. Until you get a leader that comes out there and goes, we want this to stop. We are not going to take hostile action in the Straits. We are not going to take hostile actions against Israel or America if you guys stop now. And we're going to end this blood feud. And we're doing this in the name of the people of Iran. and we will stick to it. Until that happens, until they come out and tell the world, not through these things, well, this is what it really means. No, they come out and say, this is what we will do starting today. We've instructed all military actions to cease. We've instructed to help with the navigation of all these ships in and out of the strait. We will work together with the forces that are in the area to stabilize it. And why we feel that American interference in this area of the world needs to be removed, we will work with all parties that are peaceful against Iran, and we will be peaceful with them. That is all that is needed. That's all America needs to hear. That's what the world needs to hear. I don't think they'll ever do it. But they might. I think the president, and we'll discuss this, Mr. President, on my show one day. But I think that the president should give an ultimatum and destroy the ability for Carg Island to function. You don't have to wipe Carg Island out. Just go to the entry point of how they get their oil out there to ship out. And go, now you have no way to ship your oil. You'll have to repair that facility to do that. And in the meantime, you're going to have no money. And your money will run out. And you hate to have to take, because any enemy you take to a war with a bayonet, and you don't use that bayonet on them, okay, can you ever trust them? No, they'll always remember that bayonet in their side. So you might have to try a different approach, like I said. If you can do this, and you come out and say this to the world at the UN, get up and walk over to the American ambassador, put your hand out there and shake. I think that would go a long, long way to making things work and sticking to it. Because even if you have 30% of your military left, that's 60% you don't have. And that 30% is living, or 40% is living on a thread, and can be easily taken out. So, all right, 45 minutes is what I'm going to give this show. We're at 38 minutes. Other things, that are going on. You've seen a lot of talk about these flock cameras going up across the country and monitoring everyone on the roads, monitoring everyone on the streets, and a lot of talk about privacy. And again, it's not in this book. It doesn't say anything in the book about privacy. It says things about searching, unreasonable search, the Fourth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment. But it doesn't say anything about privacy. Now, there are things of, you have privacy rights, your home, a bathroom, where you do have an expectation of privacy. But on the roads, not so much. On the streets, not so much. In public areas, absolutely none. So, what can they do with that information? Can they charge you with a crime because they saw you speeding on a camera? You can't. There's no one to challenge. You're allowed to challenge your accuser and face your accuser. Well, it got you going through the camera. Yeah, but you didn't see the car that was behind me, or that light had just really changed, or the road was slick. I had to make a decision right then and there. Yeah, but you went through the light. So you get the ticket sent to you, and it's not going to be on your license. It's a $50 fine. If you want to fight it, there's nothing to fight because there's no one that you can challenge it. So I think that in those instances, these cameras, no bueno. Where I do say they have a right to, if you have Easy Pass and you go into a toll, and you get to the next toll in 8 minutes and it's 22 miles away, and they figured you're going 180 miles an hour to get there, can they use that to track you and go, hey, I know we use it on the highway for tolls, but we put up all these detectors, and you seem to go to this one massage parlor a lot. And that massage parlor has illegal activity going on in there. Now, we're not accusing you of doing any of that stuff, but we know you were there. Did you ever see anything going on? Did you, Those are where these things get really, really tricky. And those are where people who don't understand rights, where I'm not going to talk to you about it. And if they go, no, you have to talk, am I being detained? And if I'm being detained, now I'm going to exercise my Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Amendment rights. And I won't talk to you until I have conferred with an attorney, and that attorney is present in all questioning. So either I'm free to go, or you detain me and charge me with a crime. But most people don't want to do it. Most people are like, no, I was there, but I didn't see, and they go, really? Because we have you on video in that place. So you're not being truthful with us. Now you're lying to us. And that's how they get you. That's how they get you. And you become your worst enemy by talking to them. And I tell family, I tell everyone, when the police talk to you and you didn't call them, yeah, be careful. And if they start asking you, well, there was a crime that took over there or right near you and you were there. Hey, you know what? give me your card, and let me call my attorney. And my attorney will call you guys. And if he feels that we should talk, then we'll set that all up. And if the police show up at your door and you did not call them, speak to them through the door. And that's why I always make sure my screen door is locked. Because you open your front door up, they could start looking around. They could, oh, I see something over there. Now they can come in. Oh, it was an umbrella handle, but that got them in the door. If they say we have a warrant for your arrest or we have a warrant to search, they must present it to you before entering. Bring it up to the window, and they go, well, we have it, we just don't have it with us. Well, go get it, and then, we'll go from there. Or if they try to show it to you on a phone, well, I got a picture of it right over here. No, they got to present it to you on paper. It's got to be signed by a judge. And that doesn't mean that they won't get it and come and then do what they're going to do. The only way that they could then enter your establishment is if they felt that you were destroying evidence or something like that. But, again, if you have done something no bueno, you still have rights. Exercise them. Exercise those rights. So, all right, that's it. 45 minutes, I'm up. Everyone, thank you. I'll be doing a show tomorrow. Don't know what I'm going to be doing it on, but I'm sure we'll be doing something. Someone will say something that will aggravate somebody. Please give to a charity. Just make sure it's a bona fide charity. Don't become a victim trying to help victims. And give to local food banks. They always need help. And it's a great feeling. You gave something and you're helping. Say a prayer. Prayers do work no matter what a Democrat might tell you. And with that, please like, comment, and subscribe. Or comment, like, and subscribe. Or just comment. It all helps the algorithm. And everyone have a good day and be safe. And we'll catch you later as I fade to